All right, this is Big D again. I'm going to talk about dating in your 30s and how it literally just feels like you're getting basically a lot of damaged, leftover, and divorced people. So I don't know. It's like you're in a catch 22 when you're older and you're trying to date and potentially find something you might want to have kids with or just be with. So, like, there's a lot of single moms, and my thing is, a lot of people want to act like single moms are victims, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them just don't know how to operate like a responsible adult in a lot of regards, and that's why a lot of them are single moms. Like, they'll pick guys that know how to turn them on, but all around aren't good people to have kids with or build a solid family with. A lot of these guys they go after are basically damaged goods, criminals, thugs, and they don't know the first thing about being a father, or how to build a family and build stability. But they sure know how to basically push a woman's buttons the right way to get them to fall in love with them. But that's about it. So that's where a lot of these single moms come from. Occasionally get widows, but you kind of got to be skeptical of that because I recently dealt with a woman that, needless to say, based on her backstory, everything was pointing to her being the issue in all her relationship issues. But she was basically doing the whole trauma dump and trying to act like she was the damsel in distress that did nothing wrong. She was the perpetual victim. But based on the story that she fed me and the way she acted, I kind of felt like she was either oblivious to what she was, or she was just a moron and didn't, or she's just not a moron, but pretending that she wasn't the issue or didn't have the ability to work through her issues to basically solve the problem. But needless to say, that, this woman I tried to deal with because I was genuinely interested in her. Because, was she a legit person or is she just a damaged, manipulative person? So this person basically got dumped by her family out of the family for basically acting improperly. So my thing is, families don't do that unless you're a severely damaged individual that causes a lot of problems. So the first thing that came to my mind was mental health issues. And based on some of the things I saw regarding this woman and her family, it just seems like there's obviously issues with the family members based on the pictures I saw on social media, like mental health issues. So I'm assuming she's in a family of, mentally ill people that maybe didn't get diagnosed and didn't know how to communicate and do things properly. Secondly, she talked about how, her ex-husband basically killed himself via drinking too much. So my thing is, she acted like a victim about it and how she jumped through the hoops to keep him alive. But my thing is, I feel like, from my perspective as a dude, I'm not going to drink myself to death unless I'm trapped in a situation I can't get out of. And I feel like a lot of people do drugs to numb themselves to situations. And based on what she told me, this guy went from drinking 2 beers to wine from a long day at work to excessively drinking and killing himself, even though he's told that this is killing him. And my thought process went to, what was the woman that was playing the victim doing that probably made this person have a bad time? And the reason I thought along these lines is because, based on my past experiences with this person, she kind of seemed like an attention whore. And she kind of had like a negative personality in a lot of regards. Complained about things a lot, talked behind people's back. Some of the things she said denoted that she was kind of an unpleasant person. And it just didn't make me really trust her. So I kind of tried to avoid her. most of the time that I could. And my interest got the best of me, and I wanted to dive deeper into who and what she was. Needless to say, I'm kind of glad that I feel like my gut instincts are getting better at reading people. My ability for pattern recognition for damaged people that don't know how to operate properly is getting better. So, yeah, don't ignore certain things with women, especially as they get older. Like, if you have a woman that's somewhat attractive and she's older, or she's a single mom, there's a reason why she's in that predicament. It's usually not because they're really great people. It's usually because they're putting their best foot forward, but they've damaged past relationships due to mental health issues, not knowing how to properly communicate. And what I mean by properly communicate, can you have adult conversations with people without yelling, screaming, and fighting and causing drama, and work through your issues like an adult? Can you compromise with things, or is it my way or the highway? Are you willing to talk about things and change? Um, are you basically bipolar and controlling, and are you going to cause issues? Just stuff along those lines. And the biggest one: can you explain your needs and wants in a relationship? Because you should be able to, a relationship should be two people coming together and being able to explain what they need and what they want, and each side basically supplying it. And if it's just not there, all those things are missing, you're gonna have a shit sandwich of a relationship. I would suggest avoiding it and learning the red flags to avoid in people. It'll just make your life easier. But as you get older and you get experience with dealing with people like this, it'll be a telltale sign, so to avoid certain people. Big D out.